Hey, beauties. Welcome to Beauty Behind the Chair. And I'm your host, Selina. Today, we're talking about real conversations that normally happen behind the chair about life, beauty, purpose, and all that God has called you to be. This podcast is where beauty, life, and real life meets. So get comfortable, pull up a chair, and let's get into today's conversation. And so today I have a very special guest, Gabby.
Hi.
I'm so honored to have Gabby as part of my podcast today. She holds a special place in my heart. And we're going to get into the conversation that we have for today. And so let me just brag on Gabby really quickly. Okay. Me and Gabby go back, I say over 15 years ago because it was before kids.
Yes. Yes.
And so I met Gabby at a salon that I used to work at, and she was so sweet. She was so sweet. She would help me shampoo from time to time. I remember Gabby used to do my makeup. You remember
Yeah.
that?
Ah,
Even back then, she was always so creative to me. She was very fashionable, always in the makeup. And back then, she was doing makeup because I remember
yes.
she did makeup for my photo shoot.
I
Well,
remember that.
I was a
I
model.
was like 17.
You were young, I remember, because she
Oh,
was always like my little
yeah,
sis.
that is true.
And so fast forward to now to see her blossom into this beautiful
Thank
woman of God that she is and this entrepreneur. She has an amazing business, the Elevated Experience. It is top notch, okay? She bring your vision to life.
Yeah.
All your party rentals, whatever vision, party, theme, whatever you're trying to do, she will bring it
I'm
to life, okay? And period. And she does all my events for my woman empowerment.
Yeah.
All the ladies marvel at her wonderful decor. So I'm so proud of her, and it's an honor for her to be a part of today's episode. So let's get into it. All right. So today's episode is called to Create. So, Gabby, before we get started, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell the people a little bit about you, because I know about you. Okay, tell them about you, Gabby.
It would always be my pleasure. Hi, beauties. My name is Gabrielle. I am the owner of The Elevated Experience. We are a luxury production company in which we entail with social, corporate, you name it, we got it. From birthdays, baby showers, weddings, corporate events,
Yeah.
whatever our clients need, it is our job to deliver and execute on a higher level, giving opulence and efficiency
Mhm.
to whatever area and arena we come in. So that is what I have created within the past couple of years with the Elevated Experience. Outside of that, I am a God-fearing, I am a sister, I am a daughter, I am a auntie slash godmother,
Mhm.
and I carry all those roles
Yeah.
with heavy weight because I understand the power and the purpose to be able to sit in those seats in any facet.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
love that.
excited to be here. I'm excited to share
Mhm.
this platform
Mhm.
and speak with you ladies today.
Yes. Experience. Okay. So let's get into it. Gabby, were you always a creative person, would you say, from a little girl? And then also, like, what was your dreams like growing up? Like, what did you always want to be?
Oh, Lord. Creative, I would say I came with a lot of drama. I definitely came with a lot of drama. The beautiful part about how I started and in this creative field is I am a PK, a daughter of a pastor's kid. So in the ministry, it was always my job to, I guess, be the first person to execute certain things, whether it was in dance,
Okay.
whether it was in acting for the
Mhm.
children's ministry.
Mhm.
Everything that I kind of did created a purpose of creativity because it was always me adding to my father's ministry.
Okay.
Whether I was putting the dances together for the dance team,
Wow.
whether my uncle, who was the superintendent, whether it was putting together huge productions, in which we had over 30 to 40 kids,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
performing and doing things like that. I had stage fright in the
Wow.
beginning, which was super crazy because,
Really?
yes,
Wow. Okay.
it was super crazy
Mhm.
because I was always, I guess I was my toughest critic. So
Yes.
being a creative, it's like,
Mhm.
I want to do this and
Yeah.
I want to shoot off and, you know, take this to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
But also being in ministry,
Mhm.
it's like, don't overshadow your purpose. So
Okay.
it was trying to level out that balance.
Okay.
But as far as creative,
Mhm.
I've always had the platform and the opportunity to be my own person. You know, if whether it was directing the children or things as far as that nature, I was always able to throw my creative juices in there.
Mhm.
And it really brought me purpose. It
Okay.
made me feel powerful as a kid.
Wow.
Um, and in respect to, you know, these people look up to me and I'm a
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
So it's even the way of running the rehearsals,
Wow.
going behind scenes, and I'm talking about every day. I'm putting together 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, like
Yes.
literally, that's like a lot of
Yeah.
what we had to do,
Mhm.
and it started there in ministry, and from ministry it began to excel because as I got older, then more responsibilities came,
Mhm.
and it was just falling in line of my father's calling at that time,
Wow.
which was
Okay.
ministry.
Wow.
So the beauty about that was always being able to have a creative platform
Mhm.
and I had people to encourage it.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that was the biggest thing. Outside of my stage fright, I wasn't afraid to do anything.
Okay.
I wasn't afraid. And my stage fright really came because they always made me sing. And as a kid, I feel like as a kid,
Wait a
nobody
minute, Gabby. I didn't know you could sing there.
listen, the way I had to run praise and worship and the way all the other kids were
Wait a
scared,
minute.
that's
Wow.
really where a lot of the creativity came from
Yeah.
because it allowed me to push limits. It
Okay.
allowed me to open doors that I never even
Mhm.
came across. I didn't know I liked singing. I didn't know I liked doing any of these things. But because of the
Wow.
opportunity in ministry,
Yeah.
it kind of honed a craft and a service in me that I didn't even understand.
Wow.
Because at a child, I was argumentative. I loved to express
Mhm.
it. So I
Mhm.
thought I was going to grow up to be a lawyer.
Did you?
Listen, I thought I was
Wow.
going to grow up to be a lawyer. And
Okay.
even to this
Okay.
day, people always say, well, your gift of gab is beautiful. And you maybe should have went into it. But I feel like the
Yeah.
purpose and the impact that I have today from
Yeah.
that little girl
Mhm.
speaks way more volume
Mhm.
of my upbringing, my life,
Yeah.
and the people that kind of came before me because
Yeah.
my craft is literally motivated by the people around me. And I never even realized it till I took a
Wow.
step back.
Mhm.
My mother
Yeah.
was in ministry doing florals.
Wow.
Outside of being the first lady, she always made the church beautiful.
Wow.
Other ministries will bring her in to make the churches beautiful.
Wow.
So it was little things that were being instilled,
Building.
seeds
Yeah.
that I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
my father being the
Mhm.
pastor and
Yeah.
speaking, but
Yeah.
also being the fun parent.
Yeah.
He kind of showed me what it was to be creative, have fun in doing what you
Yeah.
do, but also be purposeful.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
in the small and in the little of being little,
Yeah.
I had so many seeds that were planted
Yeah.
that I didn't even realize were blossoming.
Yeah.
So, I think the creativeness was always there as a child, but it really came from ministry.
Wow.
And it really came from just my obligation of
Mhm.
what I had to do to my household, for my
Mhm.
household,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize it because it was more so a job, but it was fun for me.
Okay.
And it was one of those things where I just felt like this is what we do. We support our family. We
Mhm.
come together as a family.
Yeah.
And this is what my job is to do for the ministry.
Mhm.
And I just happen to be amazing at it.
Wow.
So that was the beauty behind the creativity sparking at a young age.
Mhm.
I mean, I would love the lawyer money, but granted, what I feel like I do now in
Yeah.
this moment and in this season of my life,
Yeah.
I feel like drives so much more purpose
Yeah.
in me
Yeah.
on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
And it feels a passion that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
So
Wow. I absolutely love that. Like, look at this
I
from a
know.
little girl. But it's like God knows. You
Oh,
know what
he
I mean? He
knew.
knew what was in you. He know what you being around your mom, what that did, and it's just like
Yes.
just to hear that, that's so amazing, and you didn't know that you would go up to be this
To this
to
girl,
this
this
girl
your
that
design
decorates.
bestie, okay?
Yes.
I am your event design bestie. I will hold your hand. But yes,
Yes.
but it all cultivated from that.
Yeah,
And I
and
didn't
it's
even
like,
know.
just to hear you talk about the ministry and how you were growing up in the ministry, right? And
And didn't even
now
realize how much it was impermeating on my spirit
yeah,
and my character.
and that now you have your own ministry,
I'm so
because it's
grateful.
not always in the church, and I spoke on that before, like, people think I know I used to think, because I did grow up in the church, I wasn't a pre-K kid, no,
Yeah.
but I thought ministry was only in the church. No, what about those people that are in the church?
And we are walking testimonies every
That part.
day. And I get to
Yeah.
touch and come across so many people
Yes.
that I would never have the opportunity. And these people
Mhm.
trust me. And
Yeah.
outside of them just trusting me,
Mhm.
it also gives me a opportunity for ministry.
Yep.
Because the way they
Yep.
resonate with my spirit, my character,
Yeah.
I always get, it's something about you, your aura.
Yes.
And I never really understand because I'm just like, I'm me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just
Yes.
Gabby.
It's what God
But
placed inside you.
and it literally
Yeah.
exudes in everything I
Yeah.
do and the
Yeah.
lives that I get to come across and touch
Mhm.
in being creative.
Yes.
And in this field, it then opens so many doors and
Yep.
created such a
Mm.
huge network for me
Yeah.
that I can only just give praise and honor to God because,
Yeah.
baby, I ain't see myself here.
Right.
But I'm
Okay.
just so grateful because God bless
Yeah.
my hands.
Yes. He did.
And God
He
bless my
did that.
hands.
Okay.
Listen.
He did just that,
I'm
and I'm
grateful.
grateful for you because you a huge when I tell y'all, she is a huge blessing for me, okay? Because the funny part is when I first started doing the woman empowerment event, started out in my house, started out in the shop years ago, and I used to do everything. I would do the cooking, I would do the decorating, and it used to wear me out.
Mm,
And to be honest with you, people had asked me, "Well, won't you get somebody else to help you and this and that?" And the issue is finding people that you can trust is
yes.
one.
Mhm.
Two, that can bring your vision to life, and show up when they say they're going to show up. And so fast forward, when I saw you was in the industry of designing, I said, "Oh, let me call Gabby." And I've been having to say, I say all that to say, I've had to take, I've gotten to take my hands off of that part and I can focus on the other
And
details.
what brings so much purpose and power to each of these
Yeah.
women.
And I'm just like, you don't realize the blessing in letting go and just letting you just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Listen, I
mean?
no, but that is the big thing, and I don't take it lightly because for
Yeah.
people to trust their
Yeah.
vision
Mhm.
and your platform, that's your ministry.
Yeah.
So at
Mhm.
the end of the day, we all want things to come together efficiently and
Yeah.
cohesively where we can make the impact that we're looking to make.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, people are surface level thinkers and
Yeah.
perception is everything
Yeah.
on for the most part.
Yeah.
So when people walk into a space and they've invested money to gain and receive something,
Yeah.
they want to feel like they're in an
Yes.
experience.
Exactly.
And I think that's the
Mhm.
beauty of what drives me. It's
Yeah.
always, what can we create?
Yeah.
What can we do to make it that much more impactful?
Yeah.
And when you called me and when you told me what it was, the fact that you just said the way that God kind of just put everything out, he
Yeah.
was like, sis, I was looking to do these things and
Mm.
you literally popped up and God just knew how to plug you in.
Yeah.
And it was from that moment where I'm just like, okay, God, I see it's bigger than me.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
bigger than
Yeah.
anything that I could imagine because even though I'm just a part in what you
Yeah.
do, the impact behind the
Yeah.
passion that
Yeah.
drives it is what creates an aesthetic where women say, I want to be in that room.
Yes.
Outside of the
Mhm.
powerful message, we're
Mhm.
surrounded by beauty. And
Mhm.
I think that those things are essential when it
Yeah.
comes to a lot of people think balloons, this, a
Yeah.
decorator, but
Yeah.
it's so much more.
It's
It's
that.
an
Mhm.
experience
Yeah.
and an immersive experience at that. And that's why I named the business what I named it.
Okay.
Because we always want to elevate. We always want to
Mhm.
push opulence. Because in that, I feel like, it's almost like cleanliness is next to godliness.
Mhm.
When you walk into a space, you want that same impact.
Yes.
And
Mm.
I believe that my testimony and my message is in the creativeness that God just continues to deliver
Mhm.
to me because I'm in a watered down industry where beauty and you see all these different
Yes.
things. And it's like, where do you pull your unique and creativeness out
Yes.
to be able to present that to each and every client? It's through prayer. It's through sitting and saying, God, okay, what are we doing this go around?
Yes.
How can we elevate it? How can we make it better? How
Yes.
can I make this a memorable experience for my clients?
Yes.
And God has just been showing us. And I
Always do.
listen,
Always.
and I just be like, have your way, have it, do your thing,
Yes.
God, because I'm following in line.
Yeah. That's
So
it.
that's it.
That's
I'm
it.
just following in line.
Amen. I love that. Yes, look, girl, because I just loved how you just shared your story from
Oh, thank
the
you.
very beginning. And all I kept thinking was, this was the perfect title. This was the perfect episode for you because you were called to create, whether
And
you
I didn't
saw it
even
or
know it.
not, from a little girl. You were already training up a child. That's what your parents
Yes.
was doing. You know what I
Maybe I
mean?
was in there acting, I was singing, I was twirling,
You
I
was
was
doing all
dancing,
everything.
like everything. But that literally, when I look into who I am today, that is
Played
everything
the
that
part.
stands out
Yes.
to
Mm-hmm.
people. That's my aura.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
didn't even realize that growing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thank my daddy and my mama every day because God knew who to place
Yes.
above me
Yeah.
for me to be who I am
Yeah.
in this present moment.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it could bring me to tears.
Yeah. It's
That's how
true.
powerful it is.
Yeah. It's true. He knows. Listen, he knows. And that's why we have to continue to, like you say, let him have his way
Yes.
because that's when we get to really see his plans unfold.
Yes.
Because, like, one of my favorite scriptures, Jeremiah 29:11. I know the thoughts I have for you.
Mm.
You know? And it's like that didn't start clicking for me until I got older. Because to your point, you can look back and say, okay, everything that I went through, everything,
Yeah.
every position that I was placed in, everything was for purpose.
It was.
And it was to build me to be this woman that I am today.
Literally. It was
You know what I
literally
mean?
being in the church, you're literally, you have to have a servitude attitude. 360, I'm here and I serve people. And it's one of the most beautiful things that I feel like I can do because I have it in me to pour.
Right. Yes.
And I never realized why it was so important to be in ministry and to sit there and do as I was told, to
Mm-hmm.
serve, to make sure that the people around me were okay.
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense until now where I can sit there and the way my customer service and things kind of just plays out. This has been instilled with me since a child.
Yeah.
And I'm naturally, how can I serve?
Yeah.
How can I pour? How can I do this? And that
Yeah.
plays hand in hand with my business
Yes.
because people don't even know what they need or what they want. But
Yes.
because my servitude is, okay, let's cover these bases
Yeah.
because we have to make sure all the T's are
Yeah.
crossed,
Yeah.
all the I's are dotted.
Yeah.
And that coming back to what I do on a day-to-day basis
Mm-hmm.
creates a safety within my clients
Yeah.
to the point where my clients are reoccurring clients.
Yes.
It's not like a one and done.
Yeah.
You know, they know they're in good hands.
Yes.
And that is the beauty behind understanding that what I'm doing is bigger than me.
Mhm.
So I'm grateful.
Yeah. You was in training, girl.
I was. I didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it. But that training, that's why training, that foundation is so important, you know, and good training at that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because it shows later. And that's exactly what I see in you. That's what I hear.
I
You know
appreciate
what I mean? So I'm very
I'm so
proud.
grateful.
Very. What is it that you feel you were called to create or build in this season? And how did it shape the woman that you have become?
Mm. In this particular season,
Yes.
I believe God is calling me to build community. And it plays hand in hand with like a lot of trials and tribulations that come along with the business as well. You deal with a lot of almost like cliques, almost like high school
Mm-hmm.
when you're in a watered down industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that it's always enough clients for everybody
It is.
and it's enough business for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe in creating the community, I've been able to collab and come together with other women in this industry, other vendors, other production companies,
Mm-hmm.
in which we've been able to produce something that's been amazing.
Okay.
And in this season, I used to be one of the people where I always wonder, oh, why don't nobody want to work?
Mm.
Why don't nobody want to do certain things? And
Yes.
why? And God said, hush,
Mm.
continue to walk,
Mhm.
continue to push forward,
Mm.
and don't deny yourself, and don't, because a delay is not a denial.
That part.
And that's the beauty of which I learned. So
Mhm.
in this particular season, it's me building the community around me, because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, I've gained so much more exposure.
Mhm.
God has opened way more doors than I could
Mhm.
have opened on my own by just being in network with other beautiful women who
Yes.
are like-minded.
Mhm.
And it has been such a true blessing to me, because a lot of times I scramble, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
Behind the scenes, everything is not easy
At
and
all.
you have to figure it out. But
Yes.
being solution oriented has
Mhm.
allowed me to have other women come
Mhm.
and say, Gab, I got you.
Wow.
Gab, you need this? I got you.
Yeah.
And we've been able, even to expansion,
Mhm.
because my whole thing is I want to build a team.
Yes.
It's very hard being a
Mhm.
three-man team.
Trust
I
me,
get
I
it done,
know.
but I
Yeah.
want to expand and become bigger. But
Yeah.
in becoming bigger,
Mm.
that goes back to how you say you have to learn to let go a little bit.
Yes.
You have to learn to trust a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm such a hands-on person, because I'm
Same.
like, Lord, I know if I do it, and I know if I get this done, I
Yeah.
know it's going to be exactly what I need it to be.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
found, even with me hiring an assistant,
Mhm.
shout out to India, I absolutely love her. It's been a blessing to sit there and say, let me
Yes.
teach you how to do this
Yeah.
and leave you to your own creativity, because
Yes.
I see it in you,
Yep.
and it's
Mhm.
also the beauty of having other people who just believe in me
Yeah.
and will sit there and say, hey, I want to be a part, or I want my child to just be able to witness and be in a room with you. Because
Mhm.
in this season, the impact that I'm having just isn't on my clients.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
on my family, the network, the
Mhm.
people that I bring in to help, because
Yeah.
then they have a different level of respect,
Yep.
understanding as far as what entrepreneurship entails.
Mhm.
People think, they don't see the behind the scenes, they only see
Yeah.
the finished product,
That part.
and they don't understand the steps and the labor that it takes to get to that finished product.
Yes.
So in this season, it's
Mhm.
been me building community amongst women, amongst different vendors.
Mhm.
It's me being able to have doors open, because in this season, I want to expand to opening up an event space. I want to be able to offer my clients a cohesive space where they know they don't have to worry about things. They're
Yeah.
safe with the decorator. The decorator owns the space. So that's the next level of where we want to go. But God has opened doors in which my network
Mhm.
has begun to expand. So now other people's resources have become my own.
Mhm.
And that's the way God works.
Mhm.
It's way bigger. And you never
Yep.
know until you enter a season in
Mhm.
which you have to pivot.
Yes.
And in this season, I'm pivoting because I'm normally everything's on me.
Yeah.
But I've been able to lock in with
Mhm.
beautiful, like-minded individuals
Wow.
who have sat there and said, I love what you do. I love your vision, but I
Mhm.
love your spirit. And I
Mhm.
want to work with somebody like you.
Mhm.
And you're able to be an asset opposed to a liability and stuff.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that is the beauty of what I've been able to encounter
Mhm.
with working with these different women,
Mhm.
even partnerships. I've been able to partner with um, different businesses.
Mhm.
And in that, it just all goes back to exposure and God just building the platform
Yes.
under me,
Mhm.
even to the point where you saw fit
Mhm.
to say, sis, I want you to share your story,
Mhm. Mhm.
and
Mm.
bring it. I just feel like all of that comes in seasons.
Yes.
And in this particular one, it's all about community for me,
Mhm.
how I can give back,
Mhm.
how I can pour, because
Yeah.
I was in a season where I couldn't do it.
Mhm.
So in this season and where I can pour a little bit more
Yeah.
and invest and build and create sisterhoods and,
Mhm.
just different partnerships, I think that that has been the biggest blessing
Mhm.
for me, because I used to be scared to collab.
Mhm.
I used to be
Mhm.
scared because I put so much pressure on myself.
Yeah.
I always want to show up for any and everybody
Yeah.
who needs me.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where if I'm the only one with the vision, I can't mess it up.
Yeah.
But now it's one of those things where I'm trusting myself more in this season.
Yeah.
I'm going out, I'm doing things that I've never done, because
Wow.
how hard can it be?
Yeah. And you're
If
never
God
gonna
goes
know till you
before me,
try it.
exactly. There's nothing that can be
Yeah.
against me.
Yeah.
So in this season, I'm
Mhm.
reaching new heights. I'm doing things that I've never done,
Amazing.
and
Mhm.
it's coming with so much ease. And I'm just like, okay, God,
See
I
you.
see you. And it just caused me to believe in myself a little
Yeah.
different. Like I've always been confident,
Mhm.
but entering a new level in a new field in which you're literally like, God, okay, I don't know what's going to come about this, but I'm believing you, I'm trusting you, and I know me. I know that I can move forward and I know I can kind of push through anything.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to how this was created. It was created out of trauma, it was
Mhm.
created out of pivoting
Mhm.
because I was in childcare prior. So in this season
Mhm.
in which I can pour and I know the impact of what I pour,
Mhm.
I just want to be that for other people. And I feel like specifically in this season, God has called me to be just that
Mhm.
because this wasn't my season for that last year.
Mhm.
This season is where I can say, okay,
Mhm.
we done built something. We done created something.
Mhm.
We have the trust of people. I have the trust in myself
Yeah.
that I don't have fear. You
Mhm.
can tell me I need this. I may have never done it, but I'm gonna move in confidence
Mhm.
because I know how hard can it be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just the level of assurance God has placed in me
Mhm.
in walking and being able to do this for the last couple years.
I love it. Listen. So, did your calling, because now that you know that you're walking in your purpose, right? And that you were called to be creative
Yeah.
in all aspects. I'm not
Yes.
listening to you too much. But when did you, I guess, really see this calling unfold for you? And I know you touched on a little bit, so if you don't mind touching on it a little more in detail, how did this come about? When did you start to see clarity for you in this vision or this purpose that God had you walking in today?
So honestly, entrepreneurship started, I couldn't keep a job, y'all. I was always late. It's crazy. I was always late. So I couldn't keep a job. And of
Uh-huh.
course, my father, who was my biggest supporter, out of the ministry was birthed my childcare.
Okay.
And I ran Kingdom Kings Kids. And
Mhm.
through Kingdom Kings Kids, I began to teach
Mhm.
and really put my creative juices to,
Mhm.
work because I was dealing with children. You got to be able to keep the minds of
Yeah.
children. You got to
That's a
be
lot.
able to,
Mhm.
hone, groom, grow them in a positive way.
Yeah.
So that's really where my creativity began to articulate itself, I should
Mhm.
say,
Mhm.
in creating different things for my children to do,
Okay.
immersive experiences, learning.
Mhm.
And my father passed in 2017. And when my father passed, life began to get a little unfamiliar for
Mhm.
me because everything came with so much ease because my dad was my safety net.
Gotcha.
So childcare was pushing forward. I was walking in that purpose,
Mhm.
and then COVID hit.
Mm. Mhm.
A lot of my children went home to be with their parents,
Yeah.
and things were very uncertain. I had
Mhm.
to pivot.
Yes.
I had to pivot. Overhead for the building became too much. Life just took a toll.
Yeah.
It was then that I began to get back into like customer service,
Okay.
working in restaurants,
Mhm.
different things as far as that facet. And I said, okay, I was doing that for a little bit,
Mhm.
then birthed the elevated cocktail experience in which I was going around and I was doing different luxury services
Mhm.
for a bar, whatever the case is. And then I said, you know what? The last time I had a real party, I was like, I don't remember. I kind of was a kid.
Mhm.
I never threw myself a party
Mhm.
as an adult.
Okay.
And I was like, I wanted to celebrate myself. I had been through a lot,
Mhm.
came across a lot.
Mhm.
And I was like, let me just celebrate myself a little bit.
Mhm.
I wanted to
Yeah.
do something. So in that moment, I planned my party. That was the first party I planned.
Mhm.
And in planning that party, I said, you know what? Mind you, I was buying a lot of the stuff for the party.
Yeah.
So mind you, I started to create inventory.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, okay, God, I enjoyed this. I
Mhm.
like this.
Yeah.
So after I did that, then when I say I absolutely love like this close circle knit friends that I had,
Mhm.
because then it was there, they was just like, well, do this.
Mhm.
I need you to do that.
Mhm.
And I didn't even know how to price things. I'm just like, okay, well, at this
And
point, I'm just like,
experience.
yes, at this
Yeah.
point, I'm just like, okay, well, the cost of this is that. But they trusted me.
Yeah.
They
Mhm.
trusted me. And that was really what started to develop the confidence.
Okay.
And then I started doing like private dinner dinings and things as far as that.
Mhm.
Then I met my now partner, the exotic chef, and she was the one who kind of propelled me
Mm.
because I was the extra to her catering business. So
Okay.
I would come and decorate the tables and I
Mhm.
would do, the beautiful arrangements and things
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
And from there,
Mhm.
that's where everything just began to build.
Mm.
And God had literally
Mhm.
blessed my hands, but it literally was birthed from trauma. It was
Mm.
birthed because I had to pivot. It
Yeah.
was birthed because I said, hey, I think I kind of enjoy this. I had fun.
Mhm.
And then I realized, "Oh, no, the purpose and what I do behind this, because then I started doing like graduations and things like
Mm,
that.
mm.
So the impact of the event started to hit different
Okay.
because at first it was like table settings, like
Yeah.
it's beautiful, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
regular.
Yeah.
But then when I started to do the events that I did a wedding,
Mhm.
it was my first wedding. And the impact that
Mhm.
I made and was able to resonate with the family and the couple because they didn't have a big budget.
Okay.
But my over the top grandiose way of thinking is just like, okay, no problem. We can do this.
Mhm.
But they trusted me.
Yeah.
They trusted me to deliver. And from those small events, they just kept getting bigger and bigger. And in that season, I had to take everything
Mm.
because I had to make ends meet. This is now my livelihood.
Yeah.
So now, baby, it's like, okay, God, I ain't questioning nothing because I believe
Yeah.
where you landed me is
Yeah.
what you have for me. So the money and things will come. I'm
Yes.
not worried about that. No bill was ever missed. God made sure that, and I take care of my mom.
Mm. Mm.
So my mom being, because she went through a couple of
Yeah.
health things, and once my father passed, it was like, okay, now mom is your responsibility.
Mhm.
So it was like, God, you know what's on my plate,
Mhm.
you know what's out, you know what I got to deal with,
Yeah.
but he never allowed me to lack.
Wow.
And in those seasons, even in penny pinching,
Mhm. Mhm.
because it's almost like check to check,
Yes.
you know,
Uh,
but it was one of those things where I always tried to give a little more
Yeah.
than what the client was expecting.
Mhm.
And in giving a little more, that's why we called ourselves the elevated experience.
Mhm.
It wasn't just about what my clients thought they were getting. It was how can I bring a little bit more joy to their experience?
Mhm. Mhm.
What can I do as a wow factor that they
Yeah.
weren't expecting
Yeah.
that I can give and gift them
Yes.
for just trusting me?
Yeah.
Because as much as you appreciate me,
Yeah.
you're the reason why my bills are able to get paid.
That part. Mhm.
So I appreciate you more than you could understand.
Right.
And the way that I wanted to showcase that was in pouring a little extra.
Mhm.
Now I could only do what I could do
Yeah.
because, I was still building inventory. I
Yeah.
was still getting to a place where I could even afford
Mhm.
to do that. But God saw my heart.
Yeah.
And not only did God see it, but it started to captivate
Mhm.
clients and other people around me. Now,
Mhm.
granted, I didn't have a big, huge social media platform.
Mhm.
It was through word of mouth referrals that
Wow.
God began to bless me.
Mhm.
And it was people that may not even been in an event that I had,
Mm.
but they were calling me
Mhm.
saying, oh no, the referral that I got came from somebody who I trust, who wouldn't play
Yeah.
about utilizing your name.
Yeah.
So that's really how I began to grow.
Wow.
And from that, my purpose has superseded to now we're doing Amazon headquarters,
Mm.
Howard University. Like I work with so many corporate, and it was just, I was praying to God for those.
Yeah.
But it was through understanding what my purpose was in the beginning and the platforms and the trials and tribulations,
Mhm.
it just caused a different level of belief in myself
Yeah.
to where I saw my pain turn into purpose and power.
Mhm.
And even in being a luxury event designer, it was like I became a motivational speaker. I began to, even when with clients that were going through or trying to figure, I was a therapist. I was the ease. I took the
Mhm.
stress away.
Yeah.
I was able to ease minds and do different
Mhm.
things. So I was like, God, like, I'm more than just a designer at
There
this
you go.
point. Like,
Yes.
I'm everything,
True.
but
Mhm.
it's so fulfilling to be those things
It
for
is.
people.
Mhm.
And I know, like,
Mhm.
it takes a lot to pour,
Yeah.
but I'm just grateful that it's in me and it doesn't run out.
There you go.
'Cause when I say to
Yeah.
pour, it just brings me so much purpose.
Yeah.
And I can't even articulate it because I'm still living in the moment
Yes.
and where I feel so full from it.
Mhm.
Because I'm just like, God, if you would have told me
I
that
know.
I would have been doing this,
Yeah. I would not
I
believe it.
wouldn't believe it because I
Mm,
started from nothing, no experience,
mhm,
no class.
mm.
I literally self-taught myself everything
Wow.
from every facet of my business,
Yeah. Wow.
everything.
Wow.
Well, I say I taught myself, but we go back to the seeds that were planted.
Yeah. What was being deposited
Well,
in you. Mhm.
and now they're just blossoming into
Yeah.
fruition.
Yeah.
And as much as I want to say I'm self-taught, because I am, but
Yeah.
a lot of it really, I'm like an image of my mom that I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
full circle moment, I laugh about it
Mhm.
because she sits there and to have your parent brag on you, I know parents always supposed to talk highly
Mhm.
of their children,
Mhm.
but it feels different when I hear my mom say, she took my gift and
And
soared.
excelled.
And it wasn't until I thought of it, I'm like, yeah, God, I am a little you, you know? I'm a little her.
Right.
But I'm just
Right.
so grateful because, like
Yeah.
we say, those seeds are now coming to fruition.
Yeah.
And that purpose that I didn't even know that was planted back then
Yeah.
is now blossoming in full
Yeah.
form.
Yeah.
And I see it because it's not just regular things I'm doing. I'm doing things that people that's been in this industry for 10 plus years
Wow.
haven't even began to, you know,
Yeah.
reach that threshold.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful. I'm
That's
just
how you
grateful.
know it's
Like
nobody but God, okay?
it's nobody but God.
How
And
you know.
it's a
Mm,
network that he's just been
mhm.
able to bring to my doorstep
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I'm just like, I know these people,
Yeah.
but even more so, they know me.
Yeah. Mhm.
And that is the beauty behind everything now. It's
Yes.
like, you are who you say you are, and you're
Yes.
still becoming her. And that is what I'm most grateful for
Mhm.
because I'm so humble when
Mhm.
it comes to any of this because I
Mhm.
understand it's God.
That ain't me.
It ain't me. It's
It
God.
ain't
I'm
me.
literally just a walking vessel.
That part.
And I'm grateful to be that.
Amen.
Listen, because it could be a different way.
It could be
It could
another
be a
way.
different.
I'd rather be a vessel of honor
I'm telling you.
than dishonor, okay? Let's just
And I
say
just feel
that.
like my dad's smiling down.
Amen.
And I
I
just wish
believe
I
he is.
could have been this girl
Mhm.
when he was here.
But he's smiling
But he's
down.
smiling down. And I
Yeah.
feel like
Proud.
the pain into purpose is what created this girl.
Yes. Mhm.
So I'm grateful.
Amen.
I'm grateful.
Amen. I love it. Yes. Okay. So let's get into fear a little bit
Okay.
and resistance. What did fear look like for you being called to be an entrepreneur and pretty much facing those fears? Like what did that look like for you?
Fear was prevalent very early because a lot of times uncertainty breeds fear.
Mm-hmm.
And me being uncertain in those pivoting seasons,
Mm-hmm.
in that pivoting season is
Mm-hmm.
what I think the enemy tried to play with
Mm-hmm.
because it's my business is strictly ran on if I don't have clients, I don't make money.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not making money, how do we survive? And it's one of
Mm-hmm.
those things where it's not like if I can go to a 9 to 5 and clock in, I know I'm guaranteed that check in
Right.
2 weeks. That's not what it is for being an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
And in this season of kind of stepping into, I could almost say a watered down industry, the fear was, okay, God, bills got to be paid, family needs to eat,
Yeah.
but also I want to live a little.
Yeah.
I want to be able to experience life also
Yeah.
in the way where I don't feel like life is just tossing and turning me. In the beginning, it was one of those things where uncertainty had that chokehold. But I had to have real pep talks
Mm-hmm.
because fear is a concept and it
Yeah.
is not real
Mm-hmm.
and it is mental.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is I had to preach to myself every day
Mm-hmm.
because God hasn't given me a spirit of fear.
Amen.
And not only hasn't he given me a spirit of fear, but fear is a concept. And the moment I remove it from my mindset, it no longer exists.
Mm-hmm.
So moving forward, I said, my daddy is a man of faith.
Mm.
So I speak things into existence on my behalf.
Mm-hmm.
Some say faith manifests, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
But literally, it was one of those things where I started telling myself, all your needs are met. Your next corporate client is on its way.
Mm,
You already secured 2 more events.
mhm,
And this is
mhm,
before I even gathered any client to
mhm,
come my way.
mhm.
But I was telling myself, because at the end of the day, life and death is in the power of the tongue.
That part.
So if
Mhm,
I can tell myself
mhm.
what is going to happen, my faith in the God I serve is going to see me through.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, buts about it.
Mm.